We chose the summit theme, Breaking New Ground in Missouri, but it really describes MoBroadbandNow for 2011. For us, breaking new ground translates to more than just turning dirt or new construction. It really symbolizes building new partnerships, starting new conversations, creating new opportunities, and thinking about new ideas. Across the state, without a doubt, Missourians are getting involved, they're getting engaged, and they're speaking out. They're working at the grassroots level, and they're making sure that their communities are part of this broadband experience. As the governor has already brought you up to speed, both literally and figuratively, about some of the construction efforts, we're really proud to see that $261 million translate into $311 million and beyond in terms of investment. And there's a couple of great success stories beyond the MoBroadbandNow projects that I'd like to highlight. Certainly our private providers, many of them in the room, who represent telephone and cable industries, who have long-standing presence in Missouri, are making huge investments as well. They're bringing new service, they're expanding their networks, they're going from 3G to 4G, and we're very excited about that. We have new entrants who have announced plans to expand broadband in Missouri. One of those examples is Como Electric, which has launched 2 pilot projects, one in Tipton and Laurie. The co-op's vision to better connect the Lake Ozark area has really demonstrated that there is an economically viable way, no matter how large or small the community is, to invest in broadband technology. We're really proud of Como Electric's vision to get started in this effort. And more importantly, the residents and the businesses in that area not only lent their name, but they put their money where their mouth is to say, we want this project to go forward. So my congratulations to that entity. Also in May, we learned that Google was selecting Kansas City as the site of its first 1 gigabit network. There were over 1,000 communities across the country that had applied for this great opportunity, and Kansas City was selected. In addition, a similar announcement was made by GigU to explore bringing 1 gigabit service to the University of Missouri and the Columbia area. Both of these ultra-high bandwidth capacity projects mean high-tech research, innovation centers, entrepreneurial incubators, or just an enhanced entertainment experience are around the corner. Recent announcements by the FCC are welcome news as well, and we're excited about the Connect America Fund, which is going to dramatically shift some of the federal dollars that have been used to expand rural telephone service now into expanding high-speed internet. Breaking new ground also means starting new conversations. MoBroadbandNow is particularly proud of our statewide initiative to create a conversation on high-speed internet. We have tried to bridge the gap. We have tried to bring folks from multiple industry and community sectors together. In February, we invited citizens from all over the state, from all types of communities, to get together and form regional technology planning teams. Representatives from agriculture, education, economic development, energy, public safety, libraries responded to our invitation, and they have formed teams. For the first time, we're seeing police officers and healthcare professionals talking to each other. We're seeing superintendents and small business owners talking to each other. We're seeing county commissioners and broadband providers talking to each other. They're all gathered around the table as equal stakeholders, and they're working on long-term projects at this point that are going to see long-term growth and sustainability. By spreading the word and getting other people engaged, neighbors, friends, colleagues, we've collected thousands of comments and opinions from a variety of businesses, nonprofit organizations, and individuals to tell us what's important in their community. At the end of this planning process, we will see that each team is unique. There will be no cookie cutter, there will be no one-size-fits-all approaches to these strategic plans. They will definitely be crafted for the communities where people live. And finally, this year, MoBroadbandNow has done a great job in terms of forming new partnerships. We believe that the public-private initiative is the way to go. We don't believe that this should just be one sector or one segment of the state getting involved. We want to see every part of the community engaged. And so we've been forming new partnerships throughout the year. First and foremost, I want to thank the internet service providers who have shared their data to help in our mapping effort. When we put out our first map, we had about 41 internet service providers provide information. And on our last statewide submission, we have over 100 different internet service providers in the state of Missouri who have shared their data, their network information, so that we can accurately pinpoint where service exists and where we can map that with population density. So I thank all of our internet service providers for their help. MoBroadbandNow has also forged strong ties with our local, county, and federal officials. The U.S. Department of Agriculture and our Missouri State Director, Janie Dunning, have been working to make sure that our construction projects are moving smoothly and staying on schedule. In addition, we had the RUS Administrator, Jonathan Adelstein, here in Missouri, and he was part of our lineup ceremony with Rawls County Electric in May. Sadly, though, too many of our local jurisdictions are not online, or they're not effectively communicating with their citizens or the global community. So we are collaborating with the Missouri Municipal League and the Missouri Association of Counties to solve many of these broadband challenges that exist in our political subdivisions. And also, many of our underserved and unserved communities are in rural Missouri. And so we're partnering with agriculture and agribusiness to start a new pilot project called Ag Broadband Now. We're working with farmers, ranchers, producers, breeders, and trade associations to strengthen broadband accessibility in the agricultural sector. And we hope to have more partnerships in 2012. Lastly, I'd like to take just a few moments again to thank a few other people who have really made this effort successful. A lot of people have been working behind the scenes throughout the year, and they really deserve some public recognition. So if you will indulge me just for a moment, I'd like to thank Michelle Halford, Gina Mahler, Juan Decini, Mark Reading, Tim Robine, Stephanie Bryan, Angel Gretling, Steve Cusimano, Pete Weberg, Joyce Crawford, Margie Weberg, Lisa Feltrup, Connie Katami, Nikki Lathan, Renee Schlusser, and Zach Pollack. All of these folks have been working to make not only today, but every day this year a success. Will you please give them a round of applause and thank them for their help. And finally, before I have Tim Haithcote come up and talk a little bit more about MoBroadbandNow from the mapping and the planning side and the regional planning process, I'd also like to thank Shannon White of the University of Missouri, who's played the leading role in coordinating today's summit. Without her, this would not be possible, and I would appreciate it if you would give her a round of applause as well. Finally, one thing, I hope you will follow us. We've done a really great job in terms of getting the word out. We have a very robust website, which is MoBroadbandNow.com. We are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, and we hope to continue the statewide conversation that we are having in the planning teams throughout the state online. And our hope is to have 10,000 Missourians by the end of next year as friends of Facebook and following and having this conversation. So we hope that at the end of the day you will go out on your Facebook page and like us and friend us and Twitter us and tweet us and retweet us and tell all of your friends about what we're doing.